Matter of fact, let's get into the ICE story. The ICE story, if you're looking at right now, is we can go to different places. You know, over the weekend, a lot of stuff happened. Don Lemon, who got arrested, then he went to the Grammys. I don't know if you saw the reaction he got at the Grammys. Did you see it?
He showed up at the Grammys?
He showed up at the Grammys.
Ecstatic
Rob,
to
if
see
you
that
can
guy,
see
yeah?
this, if you can pull up Don Lemon reaction Grammys, the Grammys were going crazy with the way they celebrated him being there. I think that's the clip. There you go. Go back a little bit. Watch it. This is Don Lemon at the Grammys. Go for it.
Thank you, Clive Davis, of all people. Clive Davis, bro. Okay, good job.
So
Good job.
you have to realize, you know, Cuomo may have been right. What did Cuomo say?
He's gonna get
Cuomo
out.
said Don Lemon's going to be a martyr, and he's going to make a ton of money with this.
Yeah.
Okay? And so far, it's kind of looking like it's going to be happening. Rob, what is this? This is him and his...
Is that his husband?
I'm not sure who the other man is, but this is Don Lemon after he was released from jail on Friday.
Go for it. Go for it, Rob.
For their support. It truly means the world to me. I have no idea what's going on because obviously I haven't seen anything. I have spent my entire career covering the news. I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced.
Yes, you will.
I look forward to my day in court. Thank you all.
So
That is his husband.
This is Don Lemon saying what he's saying. And by the way, there's a clip of Don Lemon saying everything that's going on in America is the white man's fault. Yet he married a white man. So it's kind of a
Who probably
very
hates being white and has
very
white
weird
victims.
situation.
Same as Ilhan Omar.
Is this it, Rob? Is this the clip?
This is Jim Acosta saying the reason why Don Lemon is being targeted is because he's black.
Go for it. Go ahead, Rob.
And I'll say it right now, I mean, Trump likes to fuck with Don because Don is black.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
we
to
just
do
need to
with
say
the
that too. Trump is racist, and he's always attacked Don in racially loaded ways, calls him stupid and things like that.
Well, that's racist.
Why is that racially?
it's disgusting.
Wait.
It's disgusting.
He just made a
Yeah, I mean,
racist
the
comment.
administration is racist.
Pause it, Rob. Go back. Why? So calling Jim Acosta just made a racist comment.
Why do you say that? Because
Jim Acosta.
Why do you link stupid to black people, Jim Acosta?
Bingo.
Why are you doing that? Oh, are you like that one girl from Cosby that was on The View that said, what are we going to do? Who's going to clean the toilets? And then The View is like, whoa. He just did the same thing. Can you go to that clip, Rob? Do you know which one I'm talking about on The View? What is the girl's name from?
Raven Simone.
It's so Raven.
Raven, something like that.
Oh,
and
Raven
everybody on The View is like, what the hell are you saying? And that's the last time you ever saw heard anything from her. Are you seeing this? I can look for it as well, Rob. Jim Acosta just made a very. By the way, I haven't even seen that clip till now. The Jim Acosta clip.
But it hit you.
The View. That's not it. Oh man, you have to find this clip, Rob. You have to find this clip. What is the girl's name? The View.
Is it Raven Simone?
Is that it, Rob?
That's so Raven?
That is her. That's her. Raven Simone.
I think she says toilets. Who's going to clean?
Oh,
That's
right here.
the one right there. Okay? That's the one right there.
Well, that's Kelly Osbourne.
Kelly Osbourne said it? Okay, Kelly Osbourne said it. Go ahead, watch this.
In fairness, you have a very good point, though. There are a lot of Latinos
Fast forward
here
a little
in this
bit.
country that do agree.
Keep going. It's right there.
Is
It's about
going
to
to
come
be
out.
cleaning
Go
your
back a little
toilet,
bit. Go
Donald
back a
Trump.
little bit.
Be
Go back.
Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying that
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always.
So is Kelly
Look at
Osbourne,
Rosie.
not Raven
No, let me
Simone.
correct that. Yeah.
Come on.
Watch this.
No, I would never mean it like that.
Okay, by the way,
I'm not part
so
of this
pause
argument.
this. Go back to the Costa clip. Maybe listen to the way he does it and tell me if I'm the one that's over-exaggerating here.
Nope.
Go back a little bit. Go ahead,
I'm
folks.
with you.
Correct me if I'm off. Go ahead.
That too. Trump is racist, and he's always attacked Don in racially loaded ways.
How?
Calls him stupid and things like that.
What does that have to do
And
with?
it's disgraceful. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean,
What
the
a disgusting
administration is
comment
racist.
Jim Acosta
The
just
entire
made.
administration, the MAGA agenda.
What a disgusting
their
comment Jim
political
Acosta
ag-
just made.
Oh.
Oh my God, Jim!
How do you really feel, John?
Why do you link those two together?
Wow.
Why do you do that? Man, this guy must be racist. This Jim Acosta guy. Go ahead, Rob.
Jim Acosta.
Jim Acosta, exactly.
And do they say anything else after that, Rob? That's worthy
Yes,
of
they called the MAGA movement and our cultural agenda racist here.
all of them,
The
everybody.
entire administration, the MAGA agenda, their political agenda and their cultural agenda are racist.
Right.
I mean, we've seen that play out in almost every aspect of this administration. So, yeah, I mean, but it's pisses me the fuck off.
Oh,
Right.
sit in
Okay,
your
buddy.
basement.
With your American
Yeah.
flag behind
And,
you.
Yeah.
and people need to stay pissed off right now because this country's not going to change if you're complacent and you just hold back and you say, well,
I don't think
you
Jim
know,
at this
what-
point
what
is
can I
big enough for
do?
the president to sue him, but it almost feels like he wants to be sued and he feels like he's not getting enough attention. That may come to him as well right there.
So, Pat, you were right, though. The View, she said, what she did say is that Americans make racist assumptions based on someone's name. So Simone sounded off after they showed a viral video that listed 60 most ghetto names. And she said, just to bring it back, we can take back racist and say discriminatory because I think it's a better word. She says, and I'm very discriminatory against words like the ones that we're saying in those names. I'm not about to hire you if your name is Watermelon Drea. That's what she said. She goes, it's not going to happen. I'm not
said
going to
this?
hire
This
you.
is
This
the
was
one from
Raven
the-
Simone. So you
from
were
Cosby.
right. Yeah.
Okay. I
She was on The
confused
View.
two
She said
together.
that.
All right. So let's continue. Massive win. Tom Homan announces that Trump administration has located more. By the way, if we're still on Don Lemon, Rob, do me a favor. If we're still on Don Lemon, I want to make sure I isolate this concern with Don Lemon. So Don Lemon, who right there is making the claims that he's making, Stephen A. Smith defends him, which we'll come to that as well, Rob. But I want you to play this clip with the Hispanic lady that Don Lemon is speaking to on the streets, Don is trying to explain to him that these people are not criminals. They didn't do any crime. And the lady's like, what are you talking about? By the way, folks, brace for impact. Your blood pressure could go up a little bit in the first 20 seconds, but it'll level off afterwards. Go ahead, Rob.
Voter illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act. It's a
Okay.
misdemeanor.
So why are they being sent back and saying that they're breaking the law?
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually...
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point. And if they are breaking the law, most people will say, okay, then they need to go if they're criminals. But if they're not, why are they being rounded up and sent out? Especially when he promised to deport the criminals. And now he's not doing that.
I don't think we're going...
Misdemeanor is not a crime. That's what you're saying.
So misdemeanor is not
It's
a
not
crime?
a criminal act. No, if you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a criminal act.
Settled
So
then.
stupid.
If it's not a criminal act.
Because we have different levels of crime. Everything is not the
Different
same.
levels
It
of
is
crime.
crime.
No,
It's just
we
a
have
different level.
different levels of. I shouldn't say crime, but it's not. It's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not
How
a criminal
stupid is he?
act.
So it's breaking the law.
It's
No,
breaking the law, but it's
you're
just
not
a
breaking the
different
law.
level
The
of
misdemeanor is not
crime.
breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding, drinking, get pulled over, DUI.
That's not a criminal act. Well, no, if you're speeding, is
Are
a
you hearing this?
misdemeanor.
He is the
Right.
dumbest person
so still breaking the law.
with a
Okay,
microphone.
but if you want
and that's saying
to
a lot.
qualify that, we're doing semantics.
Because
But what I'm
we're
doing
saying-
semantics.
What I'm trying to tell you is everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come
Is
over
there a
legally?
law?
Is there a law?
There are rules that processes that
Rules.
you should follow. Yeah, so you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
He's such a
Rob, can you
Crossing
do
the
me a
border?
favor? Go to ChatGPT and ask a question. Is getting a misdemeanor a criminal act?
Pat, I can't believe. I thought that was AI. Like that's the dumbest thing I've
that
ever
is
heard.
real.
It's
The
a
rules.
description of
Yes,
a level
yes.
of crime.
Misdemeanor is a criminal act. Okay, you can get a felony, misdemeanor, etc. You were charged under criminal law. You can be arrested, prosecuted, and convicted. And by the way, to close this whole thing up, and then I'll come to you. Here's Jasmine Crockett
Oh, God.
explaining law enforcement in her own way, folks. This is, according to Jasmine Crockett, this is the job of law enforcement. Go ahead, Rob. She's about to run for president 2028.
Oh, God.
That, like, law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening, per se. I want to be clear that,
Did you hear what she just said?
Law enforcement isn't to prevent crime.
You realize this lady, she was a representative, no?
Yeah.
She's a representative who wants to run for Senate. And she says, is law enforcement's job just to investigate crime instead of prevent? No. Law enforcement's job is to do both. So here's Don Lemon, who is a journalist, telling a Hispanic lady, which she seemed like it, that getting a misdemeanor is not a crime. And then Jasmine Crockett, who's a Texas 30th Congressional District since 2023 representative on the Democratic Party, telling you law enforcement's job is not to, catch criminals. It's to investigate them, right? That's what their job is. It's not to prevent it. It's just to investigate them. And anyways, Vinny, thoughts on what these two are saying here?
Okay, why, besides the fall from grace from Don Lemon, why is the left, this entire problem that we're dealing with right now in the United States, all the agitation, all the fighting, is for what? If you strip it all down, what are we talking about, Pat? What is the message? What is all this ICE out? What is all this Don Lemon? No, it's not illegal. What Jim Acosta standing in front of the president saying, it's a caravan. Remember that? He's like, it's not an invasion. It's a caravan. My family came here from Cuba, or whatever the hell his family came from. At the end of the day, all this comes down to is the Democratic Party has to have illegals here to win. Plain and simple, end of story. They're pushing for these illegals to come here, get votes for them, no ID to vote. All that. By the way, to count towards the census, you don't have to be a citizen. It's just your body. You're there. They used to do this to me in LA, Pat. They'd come in my apartment. How many people are in here? 1, 2. Okay, they count the numbers and they leave. They didn't ask for my ID. They didn't ask if I was a citizen. None of that. So once you understand that, for all the people out there that are sitting there wondering, strip it all away. One side is platform is policy. They stay what they're going to do. They're law and order. They're closing the border. They're trying to get the economy back, which the last administration ruined. That's what one side does. The other side is just illegals. Come here. Mamdani, Sanctuary City, we'll give your illegal kids free health care. Just please come here because we need the votes. Look at the gerrymandering with California and everything. That's all it is. And I thought he was the dumbest, and then you have Jasmine Crockett speak, and then she takes the throne. It's so plain and simple in everybody's face. I think once everybody out there stops lying to themselves and they understand what the plan is, then everybody can move forward and understand what the game plan is.
Tom.
Yeah, and if along the way you give them victims, then you give them fuel, and them is the Democrats. Exactly what you're saying. When you arrest illegals, you're arresting their voters. They need their voters, especially in blue states, because they're afraid of losing electoral votes. This is a much bigger, deeper case study here. Yeah. So if the illegals are deported and the population of Minnesota and Michigan and Wisconsin and New York and things go down because they can't flood in the illegals, then they're going to lose electoral representation in the Senate, and there will be more electoral votes in Georgia, in Florida, in Texas specifically. The Dems don't want that because that's going to make the blue states harder. So deport people, you deport voters, you're interfering with their ability to win future elections. And they have developed fraud mechanisms that is as organized crime as we've seen in Minnesota. And people can say there's no evidence of that. Yes, there is. And people are being prosecuted. There are 98 people that are currently under federal indictment in Minnesota right now. And the amount of U.S. attorneys is up there is increasing, that they're going after this. And so along the way, Don Lemon, outrage is their fuel. Victims are their foot soldiers. So now he violates the FACE Act. He absolutely did. If this had been, Proud Boys at a mosque, you don't think they'd be prosecuted under the FACE Act? Oh, come on. That's what's going on here. So now they use Don Lemon as a victim. They put him up there as now the patriot, and they make the FACE Act a First Amendment act. This situation with Don Lemon wasn't. This is where the Dems are much better. Pat, what do you think? The Dems are so much better, I think, and I want to know what you think, of spinning crisis into their narrative, and they are faster and better than the Republicans. And they've taken this FACE Act, turned it in my opinion, into a First Amendment thing, and now they're seizing narrative. And guess what? The mainstream media is broadcasting it because it's on their team.
What's crazy about this, when I was on TMZ just this last week, and TMZ was probably not happy with how what I said about them with Charlie Kirk, because I was very annoyed with the way they handled the Charlie Kirk situation. But I was on there with Harvey and his partner, both the lawyers, and we talked about this. And it was a great exchange that we had. I said, Harvey, this is going to get horrible if you think it's okay to protest in a church. Yeah, it's okay. I did it many times. Are you serious? Yes. You think this is a good idea? Yeah, they should be able to do it. You're serious? Yes. Rob, can you show what happened with the guy that went into you know which one I'm talking about, that they were showing, the guy that went into, if you just go to my Twitter account, it's 2 videos below, 3 videos below, you'll see it. Guy goes into was it a temple or a church, and he starts talking about ICE. Okay, a protester just went in. Okay, right there, Rob, if you want to make that bigger. Left-leaning, what does it say? Let's read what it is. Left-wing activist disrupted an event with
Jewish
Democratic
temple in New York.
Tom Sozi at a Jewish temple in New York over his vote in favor of a bill that increased ICE funding. Go ahead. Can you go back to the video so they can see it? Watch this, folks.
You're going to touch me. Alex Petty.
He's reading a script.
Keith Porter. Parody law. These people were killed by ICE this month.
Look at this.
You're going to throw me out? These people, 9 people were killed by ICE this month. And you're throwing me out while I'm reading their names? How dare you?
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Go. So now you don't do anything to Don Lemon. Guess what? Hundreds of 22-year-old, 23-year-old citizen journalists are going to go to mosques. Then watch what happens to America. You know, when you lose control of a nation and a civil war type of event happen, you know how it goes? Like this. By the way, you know what's the best analogy to give to this? Do you remember, there's a movie that's out with Matthew McConaughey in it about fire. Do you remember the fires that happened at the Palisades? And we're watching the video. Here's a city that's on the water. The city's on the water. Houses are getting burned. And even though the city is right next to the ocean, access to unlimited amount of water, they still don't know how to stop the fire. How many houses were burned? 25,000? I don't know what the number is. God knows how many houses were burned. The moment this goes, and if they start now doing it, Vinny, in Christian churches, Catholic, then you go to the temples, then you go to mosques, forget about it.
It's over.
Because now it's about pride. Oh, you want to do it to us? We're going to do it to you. Oh, you want to do it to you? And then oh, you know what? Then they're going to say, all of this happened under Trump's watch. He should have been more responsible. Well, this is why Don Lemon's being made of an example of, because the last thing you want to see, what's the number? 6,800 estimate. Some analysis said 11,000. So to me, you know, it's a slippery slope that can get very nasty very quickly. Adam, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand why these liberals feel this way, because they have these big hearts, and sometimes their brains don't operate. I mean, we have to give Trump a little bit of credit. He's broken a lot of their brains so much that they could care less if somebody breaks the law. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a country of laws. We have to remember that we have a Justice Department, that we have elections, that when you win an election and you win a mandate, there's laws that are in place. I totally understand where liberals are coming from. They have empathy, they have compassion, they have human rights. You know, the one lady says, you know, you can't, there's no on foreign land, stolen land, whatever Billie Eilish had to say. They have these big hearts, so I want to understand that. I want to give them respect for that. But these big hearts have to operate in a framework where there's laws and rules and order in our country. So I'm all for compassionate conservatism, but it has to operate under the law. You can't run a country where one side just refuses to operate under the law. We have a border, we have a country, we have laws. If you want to question how to operate within the law. I get that. But the law is the law. It's the law of the land. And if you broke the law, you did an illegal act. We have to recognize that. So I understand your big hearts, but understand there's people that operate with logic and facts and order and rules and borders. We have to kind of come together and figure this thing out. And I hope people that with common sense can come together and figure this out.
And just FYI, Pat, when nobody's talking about time, I'm so sorry, I'll give it right back to you. You're going to know what I'm talking about. Besides the people and the public and the president, everybody, how do you think God himself feels about going into his house where people are trying to worship and surrender to Christ, and you're going in there to disrupt it, okay? God, like Jesus showed clearly, remember when the money, he took all the people when they were selling and stuff at the temple and he flipped the tables? He was angry because they turned the holy place into chaos and noise. He knows what he was doing. They know what they were doing. And I'm telling you right now, God takes the sanctity. You want to talk about sanctuary and sanctuary city? The sanctity of his house seriously. So that to me is the bigger picture. How do you think God feels about what you guys are doing? What they did, the Don Lemons. How do you think, Tom? You think he's happy that you're disrupting people? And little kids who are going to be traumatized for the rest of their lives now when they say church, they're like, I don't want to go because people might come in and yell at me and say that my father's a Nazi and he's going to burn in hell.
Well, I don't
think God cannot be pleased about all that at all. And the issue I was getting to is I think saying that they have big hearts is giving them too much credit. They have used the human right on, it's perpetual victimhood, manipulating groups to become voting blocks. And if you want to look at that and call that a heart, I don't call the black genocide, which is abortion, heart. I don't call the manipulation of people coming from foreign countries here and encouraging them to come here, but sticking them in destitute situations, heart. I call that permanent manipulation of voting blocks through manipulation of human conditions. I don't see heart on the Democrat. I see the lack of it. I see the conservative churches who are out there as missionaries and are reaching out into cities and are doing things. I see heart coming from Mormons, from Catholics, from Christians. And they're not Democrats, ladies and gentlemen, and Jews that are reaching out into communities and trying to do things for disadvantage when the government does it. That's the heart that I see. What I see on the Democrat side, unfortunately, and on the liberal side, manipulation of the human condition in favor of building voting blocks. Don't talk to me about heart coming from the left when you've had since Roe v. Wade, you've had this black genocide that they somehow have sold as compassion.
Yeah, I hear you, Tom, and I'm definitely not going to defend abortion, but I'll ask you this. How many liberal friends do you genuinely have? I'm not talking about leftists. I'm not talking about anarchists. I'm not talking about Marxists. I would never be friends with these people. How many just genuine liberal friends do you have?
I've got a number of them. Is this an audit?
I'm just wondering because I have conversations with these people, and my goal when I speak with these people is to find common ground. I would never tell a friend of mine, you have no heart. Just like when they say you don't have no brain or whatever it may be, or you have no heart, you have no brain. These are people and they have different agendas. Good luck telling a woman who was raped, you shouldn't get an abortion. So to me, yes, they have hearts. They might be misplaced. Their brain may be misplaced, but that's the whole thing. To basically say that people are operating with no heart and no empathy when that's exactly what they're telling you that they're operating with. So I would encourage you to maybe have conversations with more of your liberal friends and kind of find common ground. I'm trying to do that with my liberal friends who think I'm a complete MAGA crazy person, and we all know what MAGA felt about me in the past. I'm just a sensible, moderate, common sense person.
A lot of heart there on those ICE riots. Boy, I guess you're right.
If you're watching this, if you're cold like we are, and you want to wear a sweater, you just don't know what you want that sweater to represent, we have options for you, okay? We have an entire section because of the amount of messages we got saying we need hoodies with PBD Podcast on it, Future Looks Bright on it, and of course the Vinny, Here Am I, Send Me, Faith Over Fear, the VT logo. You pick and choose. Ladies, Team USA, any of that stuff, and even the 250-year anniversary for U.S., go pick and choose. Wear your hoodies. Put on the sport of Future Looks Bright. Represent while you're going out there freezing your tail off. At least these hoodies will keep you warm and excited about the fact that we have this now set up for everybody. Rob, do me a favor. Put the link below for everybody to go order, no matter what it is. Place an order for a hoodie for yourself, for your family members, for your friends, for your peers. It is definitely getting cold. 150 million Americans are freezing their tails off. And by the way, for those of you guys The other 35% of listeners that don't live in America, I am sure it's cold where you are as well. So order a hoodie for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.